Okay, so now everyone says like buying YouTube views, that's basically cheating, right?
Yeah.
Well, we found this strategy guide, buying YouTube views,
Huh.
a 2025 strategy.
Hmm.
And like we kind of wanted to do a deep dive into it and see, you know,
Yeah. Is it all it's cracked up to be?
yeah, is it like actually cheating or is there some kind of like ethical way to do it?
Right, right. It's kind of like, there's so much like mystery and kind of like a stigma around it.
Yeah,
Um, but I think when you really break it down, it's a lot more nuanced than that.
totally. So maybe we should start with like the most basic question, which is why?
Yeah.
Like, why would anyone even want to buy YouTube views in the first place?
I think, for a lot of creators, especially new creators, it can be really hard to kind of break through the noise. You're
Okay.
putting out great content,
Yeah.
but it's just getting lost in the sea of videos.
Right.
And I think the idea of buying views is appealing because it can kind of give you that initial boost, kind of like priming the pump, so to speak.
Right. So it's like giving it a little bit of a push.
Exactly. Yeah, just kind of like that initial momentum
Yeah.
that can help get things going. But it's not like a magic bullet or anything.
Right. But I guess the question is like, will people know?
Right.
Like if someone's looking at a video and it's got like, a ton of views but no comments, are they gonna be like,
Right. Yeah, that's a good question. I think the key is you don't want to just buy like a million views and
Right.
have it be obvious, right?
Right.
It's about using it strategically.
right.
And also finding, there are actually providers out there that deliver real views from actual people.
Okay.
So, it's not all bots and fake accounts. Like, there was this study by, I think it was a research group name,
Yep.
that found that videos with an initial view boost, even a small one,
Yeah.
like say 10,000 views, saw a much higher click-through rate compared to videos with no boost.
Really?
Yeah, so it's kind of like that, you
Yeah.
know?
That social proof
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, like social proof, exactly. It's like, oh, other people are watching this. It must be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like I do that all the time.
Absolutely. We all do.
Like if I see a video with only like 5 views, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of like, is this even worth my time?
But I guess the thing that I'm getting a little bit hung up on is the idea that it's like manipulating the algorithm, right?
Right.
Like, isn't that the thing that everybody says you shouldn't do?
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, you are kind of manipulating the algorithm.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remember that the algorithm is designed to promote engaging content.
Right.
And views are one signal among many that your content is engaging.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's not like, it's the be all and end all.
Right.
But it is a factor that the algorithm takes into account. So in a way, you're kind of giving your video a bigger stage,
Right.
a chance to be seen by more people. But the content itself still has to deliver, right?
Yeah.
If it's boring, people are going to click away.
Yeah. So basically, it's not going to like turn a bad video good,
Exactly.
but it might give a good video the extra push it needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say, just for the sake of argument,
Sure.
somebody is like, okay, I want to try this. I want to buy some YouTube views. What are the things that they need to watch out for? Like, what are the downsides?
I think the biggest thing is to avoid providers who use bots or fake accounts,
Okay.
because that's what gives the whole practice a bad name.
Yeah.
Those views aren't real. They're not going to help you in the long run, and they can actually get your channel penalized by YouTube.
Wait, how do you even know? Like, how would someone know if they're getting bots or not?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the key is to do your research.
Okay.
Look for providers that emphasize real views from genuine users.
Okay.
Some providers use like private networks or unique delivery methods to make sure the views are coming from actual people. Like the source actually mentioned one called LinoStube, and they apparently use privately owned servers.
Ah.
So it's kind of like a more
Under the radar?
under the radar approach, which helps them avoid YouTube's bot detection systems.
Interesting. So it's like you really have to shop around and find a provider that you trust
Exactly.
and be wary of those that are like, oh, yeah, we'll get you 1 million views overnight for $5.
Exactly. Yeah, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you find a good provider.
Mhm.
You're getting real views. Like, how do you actually use this?
Right.
Like, how do you make it part of your overall YouTube strategy?
I think it's important to see it as a supplement to your organic growth efforts,
Okay.
not a replacement, right? So you still want to be focusing on creating high quality content, engaging with your audience, building a community. But You can strategically use purchased views,
Hmm.
especially in the early stages, to kind of give your videos that extra boost.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a quick fix. It's like a tool that you can use
Exactly.
to kind of help you along the way.
It's
No,
like you're already doing all the right things.
right.
This is just like a little, extra oomph.
Yeah, a little boost.
Yeah.
So I guess the ultimate question is like, is it ethical?
Right.
Like, are you compromising the authenticity of your channel by doing this?
I think at the end of the day, it's a personal decision.
Right.
There's no right or wrong answer. It depends on your goals, your values, your circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think the important thing is to be informed.
Yeah.
Make a conscious choice,
Right.
weigh the pros and cons, and, just be aware of the potential risks and benefits.
So is buying YouTube views the key to success? Is it a slippery slope? I don't know. There's a lot to think about here for sure.
Definitely. And I think this whole conversation kind of speaks to a larger point, which is that the digital landscape is constantly changing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The tools, the strategies, everything's evolving all the time.
Hmm.
And what matters most is that we're using these tools ethically, thoughtfully, and always with the goal of creating genuine connections and value.
Well said.
Thank you.
That's something to think about.